do a little bit better than that. Thank you, Mattapan, for inviting me out. Mattapan. I'm from South Carolina. I pronounce it the way it looks. So, I just want to come out here, and it's really humbling to see the men that's in front of me today. You know, I want to go and talk to you about my father. At the age of 8, my father came and asked me the most important question of my life. At 8? He came to me and he said, I got to talk to you. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever you hear I got to talk to you, it pretty much gives a little shiver down your spine. And remember, if it comes from a woman, you really know there's nothing good coming out of that conversation. So my father came and said, I have to speak with you. I was like, okay, Dad, what is it you want to talk about? He looked me dead in my eye and said, what type of man are you going to become? I'm 8. The best answer I knew to give was a grown man. So he was like, no, what type of man are you going to become? I didn't know, other than a grown man, what type of man could I become? So he said, what I'm going to do is I have something set up for you. I have where you're going to go and you're going to spend a day with your grandfather. You're going to spend a day with your uncles. And each man does something different. And I want you to take something away from each man, and I want you to come and report to me at the end of the day. He said, now, 1, I love you, son. Time to go to bed. I got to want to talk to your mama. So later on, I learned what talking to mama really talking about. So I'm going to talk to your mama. So the first day, I went to my Uncle Blake's house. At the age of 8, I was a proficient fence jumper. My Uncle Blake was right across the fence. Boy, I could just go and take my knees, and be right there in the backyard. My Uncle Blake was a farmer. He had me outside in 98-degree heat all day, farming. But what I learned from him is that in order to be a farmer, you have to sometimes just plow the dirt. You have to work with the land that is given to you. You have to work with the tools that are given to you. The most important lesson I learned from my Uncle Blake was that you have to plant the seed. As men, we have to plant the seed. Because the seeds are our dreams and our goals, but also the seeds can be our children's dreams and goals. And we must protect the seed. In planting the seed, I actually had to dig a little dirt up off the ground, put the seed in there, put the dirt back on it, water it. Now, if I didn't do it right, he told me that the birds, if I didn't put it deep enough, the birds can come and take the seed away. If I put it on top and forgot to cover it up, he said that the sun can come and dry up the seed. The same thing with our goals and dreams. If we don't protect our goals and our children's goals, those birds can come and take away our children's goals, our children's dreams. Have you ever seen somebody who have lost the dream? Have you ever seen it into their eye? It's devastating. They don't have nothing else to live for once you leave with their goals and dreams. The next day, I went to my granddad's. Now, my granddad, he was a fisherman. Pretty quick, pretty nice, pretty simple. A fisherman. I went out into the water. Again, South Carolina in the middle of the summer, it's 90s all week long. So I'm out there with some shorts. We're going on the pond or the lake. I own some shorts, of course, looking good. Go out there like, hey, granddad, my granddad in there with some rain gear on. I'm looking up around like, what in the world are you going? You're going to monkey out here. I was like, granddad, I'm 8 years old. If you pass out, I hope you don't need mouth to mouth because you're going to die today. So he was like, no, son, don't worry about it. When we go out into the lake, you'll see that you're unprepared. I told you to wear jeans because it's going to be a difference once you go from land into the middle of the lake. I was like, whatever, it's 98 degrees outside, I'm good. So I can deal with a 10-degree difference. I went out from the land into the middle of the pond or the lake, and it started raining. I'm looking around like, what in the world is going on with this rain? It started raining, and I started getting wet. From there, I learned that, one, you have to follow directions and the rules that's given to you as a man. Don't try to do it your own way. Do it the way that sometimes if somebody comes before you, if somebody paved that road for you or before you, and they know what they're talking about, do what they say. The most important lesson that my grandfather taught me that day was, as a man, you must be able and willing to move as the fish move. To be a good leader, you first need to be a good follower. So, you need to be a good follower. I came back to my father and gave him the report of the day. And he said, son, I want you to do one thing. No matter what type of man you decide to be, remember only one thing. And that is, you make it happen. Who make it happen? I make it happen. So when I asked you who makes it happen, I want you in your most melodious voice to say, we make it happen. Let's let all the children hear it. Who make it happen?
We make it happen.
I don't know about that one. Let's try that one more time. Let's try that one more again as we say it in the South. Who makes it happen?
We make it happen.
We make it happen. The next day, I went to my Uncle Rudy. Now, my Uncle Rudy was like the manliest of men. He was the hunter of the family. Every time I think about my Uncle Rudy, the deodorant song come in. I'm a man, a manly man. It's every time I think about him. My Uncle Rudy had me out, mosquitoes everywhere, out in Beaufort, South Carolina, looking for, somebody know about Beaufort? About Mosquitoville? Had me out there in Beaufort, South Carolina, looking for deer. First of all, I didn't even know deer was out in Beaufort, South Carolina. I just know there was a lot of mosquitoes. We sat there all day. He gave me a different perception of what a hunter really is. Because a hunter must have patience. Same thing as a man, as a father, as an uncle, and as a grandfather. We must have patience to actually relate to our children. We can't expect to go and be instant. You didn't meet your wife and then you just fell in love with her instantly, did you? I don't know, did you? Some of y'all probably did. It was like, But it wasn't instant, it was a gradual process of falling in love. As a matter of fact, it might be even a redefining of what love really was because of the patience that was taught and given to let that relationship grow. Same thing for your children. Your children aren't going to be Michael Jordan, right? When you give them a basketball, he's going to start just, Allen Iverson. He's not going to do that. You got to have some patience with them. As a hunter, I thought, you shoot, bang, bang, woo, get the deer, put it on the little deer rack, and we're good to go. We'll have some good old deer meat and deer drink. That wasn't the case. We sat in a tree all day long. A tree. You know how uncomfortable trees are when you're sitting in a tree? You have to use the bathroom. You can't use the bathroom. Why? Because deers can smell it. So I'm thirsty. I have to use the bathroom. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. And then guess what happened? A deer walked right underneath us. Let's say it wasn't a good day for that deer. So, but who makes it happen?
We make it happen.
Fellas, I need you to take it from the diaphragm. Take it from the diaphragm. You got to make everybody a believer, but more importantly, you have to believe it yourself. This is enough. This is for me to be up here to tell you. Let the children know. Who makes it happen?
We make it happen.
Who makes it happen?
We make it happen.
We make it happen. The last day, of course, they're getting free labor like crazy from me this week. But the last day I was with my Uncle Mickey. My Uncle Mickey was the best uncle in the entire world to me. I love my Uncle Mickey. My Uncle Mickey had the dirtiest of jobs done. My Uncle Mickey was a miner. And in mining, we went underground. Who in the world would have thought that you could go underground in South Carolina? That wasn't it for me. Came out, had the dirtiest of dirtiest, the dust, the black dirt, soot is what we call it, soot. But he went and he was a miner for gold. That day we actually found a little speck. I found it actually. Boy, when you find gold, you're like, I'm rich, what? Look at this. He took it, examined it, looked it over, and he laughed and said, you keep that. What he told me and what he taught me was that piece of gold that I thought it was, that piece of gold that you think it is, that you want to hold on to, whether it's a friendship, bad relationship, that piece of gold wasn't gold at all. It was pyrite. And if anybody would know what pyrite is, that's fool's gold. Sometimes in life, we hold on to things that as men, we're not supposed to hold on to because it's fool's gold. It looks right, it looks beautiful, it looks shiny. But all you have to do is just scratch just a little bit. Scratch the surface. And what you'll find is that wasn't gold at all. Real gold is the friends who will tell you you're doing wrong. Real gold is the parent when you thought, oh, they were hating on you. It's the one who actually picked up the phone. My mom was notorious for this. Pick up the phone. Hey, girl, how you doing? I was thinking about you all day. Hey, baby, I got to use the phone. Because she know that girl wasn't right for me. Same thing what we're going to have to do as men. Our sons and daughters are going to bring around some fool's gold. It's going to look good to them. It's going to smell good to them. And as men, we're going to have to be the one who can look at that gold or look at the people that come around our children and say, this ain't it. Matter of fact, some of us in this room were the same type of fool's gold at one point who went around this one girl's house and dad was like, you got to get that out of here. At the end of the week, I went back to my father. And I told him about my week and how I never ever in my life want to have another week like this again. And he said, what did you learn, son? He said, matter of fact, I'm not even going to ask you what you learned. Let me tell you what you should have learned. The farmer plants the seeds, the goals of life. And not only does he plant the seed, he helps that seed grow. He told me about a story about a bonsai tree and how it takes 5 years for it to actually grow. You're going to have to continue to do the same thing over and over again. Water it. Make sure that it's breathing right. Because then, out of nowhere, boom, it'll plant up. It'll just shoot up. But if you miss one day, or even 2 days out of those 5 years, it will never grow. Son, when you plant your seed, when you say you want to do something, you do it. When you plant your seed in life, especially when you become a father, I'm 8. Who's thinking about becoming a father at 8? You know? But I'm 8 years old. It's like when you talk about goals in life, you must continue to water that seed. As a hunter, you have to learn to be patient because you can't just go and try to track down something. Sometimes the goal, you have to put yourself in a position for it to come to you. As a miner, you have to know the people you must surround yourself with. Scraping to make sure that these are quality people. I call it OQP, quality people. He said, son, no matter what type of man you become, I'm going to be proud of you. But most importantly, Who makes it happen? It was, I'm boring you guys. I'm sorry. I mean, that was banging breakfast back there. I'm gonna give you another one. IHOP sandwich going on home on the road. He said, who makes it happen?
We make it happen.
Who makes it happen?
We make it happen.
Who makes it happen?
We make it happen.
And don't you ever forget it. Thank you, Master Potty. This is George Montgomery. My name is George Montgomery. It's been my pleasure speaking to you today.